Hi, it's time to check in on my weight loss journey, and I thought I would pop by to see how you're all doing and also just to let you know how I'm doing too. So, how's it going? How's it going with you? I am roughly about the same, about 84, 85 kilos, about the same as I was 2 weeks ago. My weight hasn't really changed. I think that's quite normal. You get these kind of plateaus where you just stay the same, even though you're doing the same amount of exercise or maybe more exercise, perhaps eating similar types of things. And yeah, just it's just a very part of the pattern. I think it's something that you just have to kind of take on board as you go through the journey. So my dog's about to join me here. Here he is. Just jumped on my lap. So yeah, so it's just that's just the way it's been. But I have noticed in the last couple of weeks that my body shape is changing. It feels tighter, smaller somehow, if that makes any sense. Or maybe that's just my brain, my mind kind of readjusting to the shape and size that I am now, because it is quite a weird thing when you lose a lot of weight to actually adjust yourself, to see yourself as the person that you've now kind of become. It's not a body dysmorphia thing. It's just, I suppose, your brain, your mind, your eyes coming and syncing together and realizing kind of where you are and where you are now in terms of your size. I'll give you an example of that. Well, first of all, walking down the street, if you see a reflection of yourself in the window or something of a shop, it's quite odd. But I went to Marks and Spencer's, which is a big kind of department store, the other day, and I thought, well, I need to get some new trousers because my trousers are all getting too big and they're just kind of falling down. And when I go for walks with Clemmy, that's not a very good idea because we don't want people to see me naked as I walk around. So anyway, so there we go. So I thought I'd better get some new trousers. So I went into the shop and I looked at these things I quite liked the look of. And I thought, well, I wonder what size I am. The size that I was at that point was a size 18, and they were feeling a bit big. So I picked up a size 16 and I went to the changing rooms to try them on. And I tried them on and they were too big as well. So I said to the assistant, I was kind of quite pleasantly shocked. And I said to the assistant, oh, yeah, my trousers are too big. My trousers are too big. It's really exciting. They're a size 16 and I can't remember the last time I was a size 16. And I think I just automatically thought she'd kind of read my mind, but obviously she didn't. She was just like, oh, that's good. That's good news, I suppose. Well done. And I sort of said, look, would you mind, going and see if there's a 14 for me? And as she went, she was so kind. And as she went, I thought, a size 14. When was the last time I was a size 14? And I couldn't even remember when it was. It must have been probably when I was about 12, 13, I would imagine, something like that. I was always a chunky girl. I was never a slim girl. I always had big legs and bottom and hips, tummy. So trousers were always a problem for me. I was always large, very large for my age. So she came back. I tried on the 14 and I'm wearing them now actually. They're really, really nice. And in fact, they are feeling like they're going to get a bit big for me soon as well because as I said, my body shape is firming up. My muscles are getting used more, they're tighter and everything's just changing. I'm just becoming a smaller, sort of sleeker version of myself. And it is really strange to get your head around it, as I said. So I bought actually 2 pairs of those trousers because they're very nice and I've hardly got anything left in my wardrobe. That's another thing that happens when you lose a lot of weight. You have to sort out your wardrobe. And if you're like me, I've had clothes in my cupboard for decades. And also because I've gone through various transformations and sizes, I've kept clothes in the attic in plastic crates as well. And when I moved house after I got divorced, I put them very, very sensibly into crates of sizes. So size 20, size 22, size 24. And the largest size I got up to recently was a size sort of 24, 26. So I went through all of my clothes in my closets and all of my chest of drawers and had a huge clear out and put this great big pile of what looks like used tents on my spare bedroom bed. And my children came last week and we brought everything downstairs, and my son built a clothes rail and we sorted everything out. And we had a pile that was going for recycling because they all had holes or were torn or were overworn or whatever. Then there was another pile that was going to charity, and then there's the pile that I want to sell on Vinted, and then use that money to hopefully buy a few new bits and pieces when I've got to kind of the weight that I think, or the size I think I'm going to stick at. Because at the moment it's a kind of movable feast. I just don't know. I kind of got no idea where this is going. All I know is I don't want to be too slim. My aim is to get down to about 70 kilos. And at the moment I'm around about, I hover between about 83 and 85. So I'm kind of almost there. I've not got very far to go really at all. And I'm not giving myself any kind of time frame to do that either. And I'm not putting myself under any pressure, because I've lost an awful lot of weight in a very quick space of time. And I really want to kind of stabilize that and not put any of that weight back on again. That's really crucial. So we've got these piles of clothes and this hanging rail with these nice things on it. And it's a very strange feeling, sort of packing your life away, because with all those clothes come hundreds and thousands of memories, good memories and bad memories, but lots of good ones, especially the nice things that you wear to special occasions, or big things have happened in, like having children and traveling around the world and what have you, and being with friends and simple pleasures, picnics, whatever they might be. And so there's a lot of memories, and it wasn't very difficult to sort them into those piles, I have to say. And with the help of my children, we did have a laugh, and we did have a kind of little, whiz down memory lane, which was really nice, actually. It was really healthy. And then we just bagged them up, and we took about 7 big black bin liners to, well, about 5 of them to charity, and 2 of them went into the clothes recycling. And I'm hoping that someone somewhere in the world is going to find something that they like and that they will wear and love and cherish as much as I did some of the clothes that I've just got rid of. Because I feel quite sad that a lot of them have gone. And there are things I woke up last night thinking, oh, I got rid of that. Oh, that's a shame. That would have been a really good nightshirt. But then I've forgotten that actually one of my cupboards is full of lovely big linen shirts, which are going to be too big to wear, but I can use as nightshirts if I want to, if I go away or something like that for the weekend. So I'm not going to beat myself up about it. It's a really healthy thing to do, and it's something that you too will have to go through and do when and if you decide to go down a big health weight loss journey. I mean, some of you probably already been getting rid of stuff. It's quite a brave thing to do as well, because the little voice in the back of my head is saying to myself, Lisa, what about if you put some of that weight back on? Shouldn't you keep some of those things just in case? Well, I have kept a few of my very favourite things which are very worn, but not in case I put the weight back on, because I really, really, really aim not to. I really don't want to do that. Just because they hold so many lovely memories. But yeah, 90% of my things have gone. 10% are on the rail waiting to be sold. Anyway, just thought I'd let you know where I'm up to this week. And it's all good stuff. It's just very strange to get your head round. And as I said, it's cathartic, it's emotional, it's also slightly sad. But actually, at the end of the day, it's a very positive and good thing. And, bring on the future. And I hope that I'm not going to buy masses of things, because I'm not a massive consumer. It's just that I had quite a lot because I'd kept them for so many decades. But now they've gone. So onwards and upwards, I say, and bring on the future. Lots and lots of love. Let me know how you're getting on. Bye bye.